and really use it not only to attract attention to our ecosystem and crypto in general, but this is a time now to onboard those people who before were skeptical and felt sorry for you for being in crypto. Now they envy you for being in crypto. Get them to come in. So that's kind of how I want to kick it off.
Well said, well said. So just to add to that, the SEC is basically launching a project crypto. And what that means is that they're going to tokenize stocks and put them on the blockchain. This is incredibly bullish for Ethereum. And you guys would have noticed the Ethereum price went up $1,000 in the last week. Pulsechain is leverage on Ethereum. Pulsechain is a fork of Ethereum. Everything that's on Ethereum, you can find it in Pulsechain. Pulsechain works. It's faster. It's cheaper. It has those forked copies. So if you like lending protocols, if you like leverage, if you like meme coins, if you like NFTs, if you want to stake your PLS and be a validator, you can do that on Pulsechain. Pulsechain has some incredibly bullish points that I'll go through. One of them is low liquidity. So you can imagine have a founder that has a history of pumping his own coin. Okay. So after ETH topped last cycle, Hex on Ethereum did a 10,000x because of the rotation of an entity known as the OA. There are no expectations on Pulsechain. There is a forked copy of Hex on Pulsechain, which Richard supports. Can you imagine if the sacrifice funds were in any way rotated into Hex on Pulsechain, into that new chart? What would happen? So you can keep up to date with the sacrifice funds. Look into rh.com. It started at 600 million. After Ethereum went up $1,000 in the last week, that fund is now in profit, $146 million. So all the people hating on Richard, saying that he bought the top of Ethereum, well, who's laughing now? That sacrifice wallet, or the OA sacrifice wallet, is in profit, $146 million. I mean, some people might make the argument, oh, that's not your money, you sacrificed. And true, but what if just the profit was rotated? So you can do these calculations. There's actually a calculator where you can figure this out. Profit was rotated. So you can do these calculations. There's actually a calculator where you can figure this out. But even with 80% sell pressure, if you just took the profit with 80% sell pressure spread over the assets, Hex on Pulsechain would go to $10. And people just are not waking up to this fact. So to prove to people that are in traditional finance that this is true, you can actually go to strategicethreserve.xyz. You can see that the Pulsechain SAC wallet is number 5. We are the 5th largest holder of ETH. Like, that is absolutely insane. And people have not woken up to this. So in the mainstream crypto, people have their bias and they're not willing to look at the numbers. They need to look at the numbers. Look into rh.com, strategicethreserve.xyz. Prove to yourself that what I'm telling you is true. When it comes to real decentralization of Pulsechain, and the fact that we actually are. So when it comes to being real DeFi, we're censorship resistant. So you can run the code from your own desktop. There are no middlemen. You cannot shut it down. So none of Pulsechain is not held on a centralized platform that the government can take down. They can't turn it off. They can't debank you. So we truly are censorship resistant. We offer permissionless yield. So you can stake your PLS and become a validator. We have the freedom to transact. We are the freedom chain, and we're self-custodial. So we own keys to our own crypto wallets. So most people in Pulsechain actually self-custody, and we have self-custody wallets that we use, which is different from most other chains that call themselves decentralized when the majority of their users have their keys on, they don't have their keys at all. It's their assets on centralized platforms that get taken down or can get taken down. So we are the real DeFi chain. We are a freedom chain. We embody those things. People should take a chance on Richard Hart. They should take a chance on Pulsechain. From the numbers that I told you earlier, I'm not going to commit to X's, but in the order of 10 to 100 to 1,000 X is not off the table when you look at what is in that sacrifice wallet and what happened last time.